if you ever forget your passport or driver's license at the airport, Apple has you covered. The tech giant is rolling out a new digital ID feature that lets iPhone users carry their passport details in their back pocket just in time for busy holiday travel. Now, so far, it's not available for international trips. And so for more on this, I want to bring in our tech reporter, Mike Dubusky, who has all the details. And Mike, it is important to note that this is specifically for domestic flights, but it's sort of like a digital passport, right?
In some ways, yeah. So the way this works, Alex, is that you get your actual physical passport, you get out your phone, you take a picture of the front little photo page, and then you also scan the chip that's in the back of the passport. And then you also have to take a selfie, so Apple can actually make sure that you're the one trying to upload this digital ID, as it's known, to the Apple Wallet app. But after that, you can basically use this as what it sounds like, a digital ID. You can check in with TSA, again, only for domestic flights, and potentially down the line, you could use this for other purposes. Things like, getting into bars or ordering, things off websites that are over 21, things like alcohol from Uber Eats, for example. So in some ways, it's like a passport. In some ways, it's like a real ID or a driver's license.
Well, and so, Mike, which airports are accepting this?
About 250 of them across the United States at this point, across 12 states and Puerto Rico. So it is pretty widespread, and you can expect those numbers to go up as Apple rolls this out more broadly. This is still in beta testing, so the idea is you walk through a TSA line and then you go up to the little ID scanner. Instead of taking out your passport, you simply hold the power button down on your phone to open the Apple Wallet app, and it will scan your digital ID. In addition to that, you can, as the individual, also choose what information you're sharing. And it is still password protected in the same way that Apple Pay is. So if you hand your phone over to a TSA agent, they can see your ID, but they can't see anything else on your phone.
Well, and Mike, look, my wallet, many of my credit cards are already stored on my phone. I've got facial recognition for security here. But are there security concerns about putting government ID info into a smartphone?
I think there are just inherently every time that we upload any form of identification or any sort of financial information to our tech devices. Now, Apple, for their part, say they don't have any insight into when you're using this digital ID, what information that you're sharing. But of course, there's the security concerns, Alex. There's also the sort of just practical concerns. What if you go to the airport, you're waiting in line for too long, and your phone battery runs out, or your phone just dies, or it breaks? There's some logistical concerns here that could pose a pretty big problem if people start leaving their actual identification at home. And that's why many officials are saying in these sort of early stages of this rollout, it's best to bring your passport with you just in case.
Just in case. All right, Mike, thanks for that.